right, these week's notes are on, multiplying decimals by whole numbers, and it's going to start on page 194. So it should be on 194 in your book, multiplying decimals by whole numbers. So I'm going to go through these notes. As you are watching this video, you should be filling out the notes in your book that I'm writing in the book as well. After you've watched the video, please complete the assignments. Let me know if you have any questions or anything. All right, multiplying decimals. So using repeated addition can help you place the decimal point. The whole number represents the number of times the decimal is used as an addend. So place the decimal point in the product the same number of places from the right as the decimal factor. So you can use these groupings. That is a lot harder and a lot more time consuming when you're trying to complete these types of problems. So I'm just going to show you guys these problems over here in the margin, and I would like you to rewrite them, please, because this is how I'm going to expect you to do them. Okay, so let's see if I can position. Okay, so example 1, we have 4 times 0.83. So the easiest way is to write the longer number on the top. At least for me, it's always been easier. It doesn't matter if you write it the other way around. But with multiplication, it's commutative, so we can flip-flop it and we'll still get the same answer. So we've got 0.83 times 4. So to start, just multiply like the decimal point's not even there. Don't worry about it yet. So we have 4 times 3 is 12, carry the 1. 4 times 8 is 32, plus 1 is 33, carry the 3. 4 times 0 is 0 plus 3 is 3. Now, what you have to do, find the decimals in your problem and count how many numbers are to the right of the decimal point. So, there's a decimal point. How many numbers are to the right in that number? 1, 2. Is there a decimal point here? No. So, in our question, there are 2 total numbers to the right of a decimal point. So in our answer, we need 2 numbers to the right of a decimal point. So 1, 2, decimal point. And you can see we have 1 and 2 to the right of the decimal. So 3 and 32 hundredths is the correct answer for number 1. All right, example 2. 3 times 14 and 2/10. Same thing, it's easier to put your 14 and 2/10 because it's longer on the top, times 3. Excuse me. Ignore your decimal for now and just multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12, carry your 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Now, again, go back up to your question. In the question, how many numbers are to the right of a decimal point? Well, that's the only decimal point I see, and 2 is the only one to the right of it, because there's not a decimal point in 3, so don't worry about 3. So there's 1 number to the right of the decimal point, so we need 1 number to the right of our decimal point in the answer. So 42 and 6/10 would be our answer. Alrighty, example 3. So ignore this part of example 3, okay? We're going to fill in the rest. Find 4 times 95 hundredths. So we have 95 hundredths times 4. Let's just multiply without worrying about the decimal right now. 4 times 5 is 20, carry the 2. 4 times 9 is 36, plus 2 is 38, carry the 3. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3. Now, 95 hundredths has how many decimal places? 1, 2. So you're going to place the decimal point 2 places from the right in your answer. So it would be right here. 1, 2, and 3 and 80 hundredths would be your answer. All right, pause the video. You guys try to do A, B, and C on your own. When you're finished, hit play and check that you got them correct. All right, so I'm going to write A here in this little bit of room. 5 times 25 hundredths. We have 0.25 times 5. Ignore the decimal for now. 5 times 5 is 25, carry the 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 1. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Go back up to your question. No decimal in 5. In 0.25, there are 2 numbers to the right, so we need 2 numbers to the right of the decimal in our answer. So it should be 1 and 25 hundredths. And you can check these in your calculator. I'm okay with that. On the assignments too. But on the assignments, you have to make sure that you do the work and show your work if you want credit. All right, B, 8 times 4 and 47 hundredths. I'm going to write it right here in this gap. 4.47 times 8. 8 times 7 is 56, carry the 5. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 5 is 37, carry the 3. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 3 is 35. Again, go up to your question. How many numbers are to the right of the decimal? 1, 2, so we need 2 to the right in our answer. So 35 and 7600 should be your answer. And forgot at C, 9 times 2 and 63 hundredths. We've got 2 and 63 hundredths times 9. 9 times 3 is 27, carry the 2. 9 times 6 is 54, plus 2 is 56, carry the 5. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 3 is 23, plus 5 is 23. Go up to your question. How many numbers are to the right of the decimal point? 1, 2. So we need 2 to the right in our answer. 1, 2. So our answer would be 23 and 67 hundredths. No, my pen is dying here. 23 and 67 hundredths. All right. So on the next page. Okay. Let's continue on with these examples. You will need to fill in the blanks, so please follow along. Find 2 times 18 thousandths. So we've got 0.018 times 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. Go to your question. How many numbers are to the right of the decimal point in the question? 1, 2, 3. So we need 3 to the right in our answer. 1, 2, 3, decimal point. And if you check it here, we'll check it by adding it together twice. 8 plus 8 is 16, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. 0 plus 0 is 0. Drop your decimal point, and 0 plus 0 is 0. So that would be correct. Okay, example 5. Find 4 times 12 thousandths. We have 0.012 times 4. Let's just multiply, and then we'll fill in the rest. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. Count the numbers to the right of your decimal in the question. No decimal here. There are 3 to the right in this one. So we need 3 to the right in our answer. 1, 2, 3, decimal point. So 12 thousandths has 3 decimal points. So we'll annex a 0 to make 3 decimal points. And all that annex means is that we have these zeros here. We include them by doing 4 times 0 and 4 times 0. So to check by adding, we would have to add 12 thousandths together 4 times. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 8. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. 4 zeros is 0. 4 zeros is 0. Drop your decimal point. And they do match. All right, pause me and try D, E, and F. Go ahead and just write your work here on the side. That's what I'm going to do. So try D, E, and F, and then hit play and see if you were correct. So got it D. We have 3 times 0.02, or 200. So we've got 0.02 times 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. Count your numbers to the right of the decimal. 1, 2. So in our answer, we should have 2 to the right as well. So it should be 6 hundredths. Oops, 6 hundredths right there. All right, got it. E, 12 hundredths times 8. So we've got 12 hundredths times 8. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry the 1. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 8 times 0 is 0. In the question, count your numbers to the right of the decimal. 1, 2. So we should have 2 to the right in our answer. 1, 2. There's our decimal point. So 96 hundredths. And got an F. 11 times 45 thousandths. So we've got 0.045 times 11. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. Now this one, we have a second number here. So what do we have to put here as our placeholder? Hope you said a 0. I always just make it dotted to show that it's our placeholder. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. Add these two together. 5 and 0 give us 5. 4 plus 5 gives us 9. 0 and 4 gives us 4. 0, 0 is 0, and 0 is just 0. So in the question, count how many numbers are to the right of the decimal. There's no decimal in 11. Here, there are 3 numbers to the right of the decimal. So in our answer, we need 3 numbers to the right of our decimal. 1, 2, 3, decimal point. Do you have to write both of those zeros? No, you can just write 1. It's fine. 0.495, or 495 thousandths. If you wrote both zeros, it wouldn't be wrong. You just don't need to write both. All right, let's look at example 6 on the next page, 196. All right. A batch of trail mix calls for 1 2/10 pounds of dry cereal. Nigella is making 5 batches of trail mix. She already has 2 2/10 pounds of cereal. How many more pounds of dry cereal does she need? So a couple different things going on here. We know that this is how much she needs for 1 batch. She's making 5 batches. So we're going to have to multiply those two together to figure out how much she needs total. And then she already has 2 2/10. So we're going to have to take our total and subtract 2 2/10 to see how much more she still needs. So that's what this is showing. 1 2/10 times 5. 2 times 5 is 0, carry your 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. And there's just one number to the right here. So there should be 1 to the right in our answer. So 6.0 or 6 pounds is the total she needs for all 5 batches. She already has 2 2/10, so we need to know how much more she still needs to buy. So we're going to have to take our total, 6, and subtract 2 2/10. And when we do that, we can't do 0 minus 2, so we borrow from the 6 and make it a 5. Our 0 becomes 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 5 minus 2 is 3, and you drop your decimal point. So she will need 3 8/10 more pounds of cereal. Okay? Okay, so those are the end of the notes for this week. When you guys are working on your assignments, like I mentioned earlier, you must show all of your work to receive credit. You can easily put these into your calculator and get the right answer. I know that, but that doesn't take any work on your part. It just is copying. So I need you to show all of your work in order to receive credit, or you will not. Let me know if you have any questions, and again, please make sure you show all your work. Thank you.